What's up, guys? I'm Dr. Nestor, and this is Dr. Diego. And today, we don't have a special guest.
Because the special guest is you.
Yes, you, behind your phone, behind your computer, your desktop, back at home, in the toilet, on the plane,
In the reception of a dental office.
of another dental office, doing your research. Did I go to the right place, you know? And today's special episode of The Clench, this is episode what, man? This is episode number 4, and it's called Don't Come to Mexico. Play it.
How are we gonna tell? I
think
I can't do this. I can't.
Come sit your butt.
How are we gonna tell him not to come to Mexico?
Well, I'll explain why, man. Ready? Guys, today's episode is based up on the notion that you guys all know the full arch treatment, the all on 4, the all on 5, the all on 6, the full arch, the all on X. However it's called around the world, or you're doing your research, you know, it's dental implants. Go ahead and tell them what full arch is, Dr. David.
Full arch, to be understood, it is basically placing a few implants, usually more than 3, 4, 5, 6 implants on the bone, directly to the bone, and anchoring them to the bone. These implants will remain in the bone for years, hopefully, and we anchor a prosthesis, a dental prosthesis, to those implants. We screw them to those implants, making this appliance non-removable, making it
solution.
Fixed.
And most of the time, a quite immediate solution. So patients walk in here the day after they're obviously after a small surgery, or big, to some, they go back home with something fixed, you know, something non-removable, not like those dentures you see in videos, like this video right here.
She's looking for a hot date.
Where patients, you know, they blow a cake, and
there's variants to that, you know, to the all-on-4. There's removable options like the snap-on dentures,
yes,
which are a solution too. But today we're focusing on full arch.
Full arch. Full arch meaning upper arch, lower arch, a full set of teeth, you know?
Right.
How is the full arch protocol related to dental tourism, Dr. Diego?
Easy. Our town, or this area of the country, is basically famous for treating patients from all over the world, I guess.
Yeah. Mostly, I would say USA and Canada.
Yeah.
And Mexico, obviously.
Latin America too.
Yeah.
So, anyways, these patients visit us from far away. They travel a very, very long road. They travel a long way to get to us and find solutions.
Yeah.
Now, these solutions have to be, most of the time, creative. They have to be definitive. Is that a word?
Definitive?
Definitive?
Something like that. Like, yeah.
Definitive.
We are Mexican, guys. That's the excuse.
These solutions have to be brought to them quick, bold, you know, and full arch is one of those solutions.
So why dental tourism? I think you went off track though.
Why dental tourism? Why is it related to full arch? Because
no. What is dental tourism?
Was that your question?
Yeah. What is dental tourism? Like, why do patients come seeking full arch? Like, why don't they just stay in the States or in Canada?
Because
or Mexico? Other cities of Mexico.
Sometimes dental prices in other countries are very high.
That's right.
Basically.
That, in a nutshell, that's it. Yeah. Obviously, people are looking for a better price.
Oh, and people like Mexicans.
That's a big thing. Yeah. Margaritas down here are better.
We're very likable. Yeah.
And tacos are better across the board. I would say that's the main reason.
That's probably the main reason.
And then they're like, oh, I can fix my teeth here too?
Yeah.
I might as well.
That's probably why.
So guys, I think the message or the title of this is called Don't Come to Mexico. And the reason for that being is because there's a lot of misconceptions about what getting dental work in Mexico means, you know? And in those topics, you know, the words that can get thrown in a lot from people in the US that are scared to come to Mexico is like, Ooh, quality, you know, bad materials, bad practice, you know.
Yeah. And honestly, I think that happens everywhere, like not just in our town or in our area.
Yes.
This is a worldwide thing. Dentists don't always deliver quality work. It's a reality, you know.
Yeah.
But I think it is a misconception.
And I have to say it. I have to say it here, like publicly. Like, there's good and bad dentists in Mexico,
And
like there's
everywhere
really good, and then there's really bad dentists in Mexico. You know, yeah, there's really good and really bad dentists in America, in the USA,
right.
and in Canada. You know, and I'm fortunate to have colleagues around the world who can testify to this. You know, it's not. I'm not saying. I have friends in the USA who I consider my mentors, you know, and I am a mentor to many in the USA as well, you know. Same thing in Mexico. Here in Mexico, I have friends here in Los Algodones that I'm like, you are a brilliant mind in dentistry, you know, and I'm happy to share this town alongside dentists that are like trying to deliver top world quality stuff, you know. So a lot of times we call this as we've been fortunate enough to teach on this procedure around the world. And this particular topic, we call it the delicacies of the arches. And
which are many.
And I kind of want to just to make this a quick video to tell you, the viewer, what those delicacies can be, you know. And it's not delicacies here in Mexico only. It's delicacies in wherever you're from, Montana, New York, Canada, Oregon, down here, California, you know. The delicacies are the same. And the reason that we're recording this today is because today, in my reception, my patient, guys, had failed implants, you know, and it wasn't a good experience. Obviously, it never is, you know, when the patient walks in and we realize, you know what, we did a surgery on you and your implants got complicated, they didn't take, and they failed, you know, and it truly doesn't happen. I mean, you guys can look at our reviews that often, you know, but it does happen, and we're being open and honest about it because it happens, you know. And it was a bad day for me. I was like, oh, no way, and what a lovely patient, you know. And obviously, guys, when it does happen, it's a sad day. Like, you're like, oh man, I just did this huge trip down to Mexico from wherever, you know.
And of course, these people that are from further away, they are gonna feel that heavier on them, you know, of course, than you would be with a local patient, maybe that, you know, you're local, but you know, you lost your patients, but you're local, and you don't have to do a whole trip, take time off work. So yes, there is always that there, you know, like that part is part of our communication
totally
with the patient, or has to be. Sorry, touch the mic.
Can't touch this.
That part of the communication has to be there with the patient, you know. Hey,
it has to
you're
happen.
from far away, you're aware that this can happen, right?
Yeah, and to some people that's no problem, you know. They're like, okay, for another trip, you know. A lot of people get cheap airline tickets and they come here and it's fine for 2-3 days. But yes, you're gonna get extra costs, you know. If you need bone now and you need bone grafting or tissue grafting in order to accomplish what we need, you know, or some patients need zygomatic implants, you know, or pterygoid implants, or like the treatment plan can change, you know, and that brings variables. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna spend more money. The truth is, it's the same in the States, you know. It's the same in Canada. If something goes wrong and you need a different sort of specialist to fix whatever's going on, it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be a price, you know, and the price to pay sometimes it's not only monetary, it's time, it's more surgeries, you know, if we're gonna do sinus lifts, tissue grafting.
It's emotional, the effort too.
Ooh, that's a good one, emotional, you know.
That effort or that can be a complication, you know.
Yes.
We are actually thinking of reserving some time. We have thought about a psychologist in our area,
in our practice,
because we think that part is a huge part that is sometimes forgotten, you know, or put aside. We think it's important for the patient to be ready before and after, during and after, for the full arch treatments, you know, for the long part that they're going to be with maybe temporaries or maybe without teeth. Or the amount of time that they spend waiting sometimes is made longer, you know, and we've considered that.
Yeah, and I think it's an important subject, you know.
Yeah.
All right, what would you say another delicacy is, Dr. Diego?
I would say that we could mention the fracture of the prototypes. I would say is a common thing.
Prototypes can fracture, you know. Yeah, while the healing is happening. That's one. We don't have to go into subjects too much, you know. Also, things are not forever. You know, some patients think that it's going to last them a lifetime, you know, and unfortunately, nothing lasts a lifetime. You know, your natural dentition didn't last a lifetime. Sometimes because patients don't take care of things, you know. You didn't take care of your teeth, and after a few years, I've noticed some patients don't take care of the prosthetics that we make or their implants.
Materials, that's another one.
Okay.
Materials. Why? Because we're kind of used to buying what is sold to us, you know, like what is promoted to us, or what marketing shows, you know.
Ooh,
and sometimes
those
materials are not the materials that are up to date scientifically. You know what I mean?
I do, yeah. Like somebody has a friend that got acrylic.
Yeah, or, you know, there's certain brands out there that, you know, honestly, we may have used in the past, we're not using anymore. Because dentistry evolves, you know, and
that's true, man.
Patients are maybe not up to date on that, you know, and sometimes they arrive and they're asking for a certain material.
Yeah, that's true.
That they heard back home, you know. They said, hey, this material, I want this material. And so there we go, communicating with the patient and telling them, hey, that's not the material we like, because, you know.
That's true. Yeah.
Dentistry
has evolved and now there's a better material.
Has changed.
So that's one, guys. Complications is one, you know. Complications covers all that, you know. And it's basically, I think that's the main factor. If you're not willing to travel across country, just like you could travel down the block, you know, and get dental work done, realizing that it's a world that a lot of things can happen, then don't come to Mexico. You know, don't come to Mexico with the misconception that it's 1 or 2 visits, you'll be done. Like, because even in America, even in Canada, even in Europe, even in South Africa, wherever you go, Brazil, wherever you want to travel to get your teeth or whatever done, things can happen. And it's something to consider, guys. Like, if I don't say it, if you don't see it out there on the news or on YouTube, somebody being honest about this, then I'm glad you came to this video and you saw it today, because it happens. And this video really is coming out today because out of, I don't know, 500 cases, I mean, out of a couple hundred at least recently, probably 2 or 3 come back with minor complications, you know? When there's a big complication, it's like, oh, you're kidding, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors involved,
but it does make the time longer, you know. It does make it does make or involve another visit. So yeah, it's out there. This video is probably a reality check for many of you. And we all need reality checks once in a while, right?
This video, guys, is for both patients that are our patients that are looking at this. It's for future patients that want to be our patients. It's for dentists that I know a lot of dentists follow our podcast and they want to know what we teach about this, you know. So that's a big topic in our courses, you know. Communicating complications. So it's big. And there's more, you know. I think we're going to make another video coming up on what to do if your implants fail, you know. But guys, come informed, come willing, you know, willing to do whatever is necessary to fix your teeth. Come prepared, you know.
And always remember, it took years for things to get that way. It sometimes doesn't take 1 or 2 days to fix it all. Sometimes needs more time, you know, needs more trips. We all want things fast, but it's not always like that, you know, especially when you want to do things right. Things take time.
You know what we call that effect here at our office? We call it life before and after. your before and after. Because that picture of before and after from a full arch is a quick one. I'll snap a picture of your bad teeth today. Tomorrow I'll snap a picture of your pretty teeth. But what got you here, life before? What made you lose your teeth? And what are you gonna change in your life after? Life before and after this moment matters.
Yeah.
You know? So don't come to Mexico without this notion, guys, without this like
being aware of
this, you know? But do come to Mexico because we love people from all over the world. And hope this doesn't come out like racial or something, you know, or like racism. Don't come to Mexico.
Yeah, don't come to Mexico, guys.
Tacos are good.
Mexicans are good people.
Mexicans are good people. And bring sunblock. You know, it's hot. If you're coming to Arizona, to Los Algodones, Baja California, it's border to Arizona and California. It's hot. So, are you ready?
I think I'm good.
Dr. Diego, thanks for your time and dedication to this, man.
You have a patient waiting for you downstairs.
I might, but I thought I had to get blood work.
You know, you guys, if you're watching this in our reception, Dr. Nestor has a patient down there. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry, Tom, you've had to wait for 2 hours because Dr. Nestor was fixing his hair to do this video.
Which clearly I didn't.
Tom, I love you, man.
We love you guys, seriously. Thanks for being our patients. To infinity
and beyond.
Let's go.
Oh,
I'm back because of something, yeah.
oh yeah.
This makes our days.
Yeah.
This was given to us by our dear patient, Jody James. Jody, I know you watch our channel or Instagram. You comment frequently.
I'll read it.
You read it, man. It's beautiful, and this is why we do what we do, guys.
It says, I will always wear my smile gratefully, proudly, and gracefully. I give my appreciation to the professional precision of artistry, dentistry, and efficacy.
Efficacia.
Efficacia. You know what that means.
Believe us.
I have received at Grace Dental Studio. Lovingly, with many regards, Jody James.
Yeah, thank you, Jody. That made our day when you gave this to us. This was recently. She got her full arch done with us, and this is what it's about to us, guys. Seriously. So
we do keep our gifts, guys. We do. Actually, I have another one over here.
How could we not? Yeah.
We'll probably read it on the next podcast.
What is this from, man?
We do save them. So thank you for these small details. I'm not going to open it until the next one.
Oh, are you really? Okay.
Yeah. So just save it for next time.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this one. But thanks, guys. Thank you, Diego. Thank you, Multimedia. Bye.